the job nobody talks about. You don't know what you're signing up for. Not really. All you know is that a guy named Hector told you he could get you $300 cash for one night's work. No questions, no paperwork, no name on any list. You're 19, you owe 2 months of rent, your phone is already off, so you say yes. He picks you up at 11 p.m. in a white Ford pickup, no plates on the back. You notice, but say nothing. He drives south, way south, past the edge of town, past the last gas station you recognize, into flat, dark land where the road stops having a name. He hands you a flashlight, a cheap one, dollar store plastic. He says, you walk ahead, you signal back, that's it. You ask what you're signaling. He doesn't answer. You get out of the truck, and for the first time, you see the entrance. It's just a hole in the ground, covered by a wooden pallet, surrounded by brush. You almost walked past it. Almost. First time underground. The air hits you before the darkness does, cold, damp, like the inside of something that's been sealed for years. You crouch, you enter. The tunnel is tighter than you expected, maybe 4 feet wide, maybe less. The walls are dirt and plywood and something that smells like concrete mix and rust. You can't stand fully upright. You walk bent, flashlight forward, heart loud. Hector is behind you, 3 others behind him. You don't know their names. You don't ask. Your job is simple. You go first. You check for cave-ins, for water pooling on the floor, for cracks in the support beams. If something's wrong, you signal back with 2 flashes. If everything's clear, you keep moving. The tunnel runs almost a quarter mile. You count your steps to stay sane. 100, 200, 3. The air gets thinner near the middle, or maybe that's just fear. By the time you reach the other end, you're sweating through your jacket. You climb out into a dry concrete room, bare bulb on the ceiling, 2 men you've never seen, waiting with phones in their hands, not looking at you. Hector slaps $300 in your palm. He says, tomorrow night, same time. You nod before you even think about it. You learn the rules. By the second week, you know the tunnel like a hallway in your own home. You know where the ceiling dips near the 180 step mark. You know the support beam that wobbles and needs a wide step. You know which section floods after rain and which stretch always smells like diesel. You're good at this, and good gets noticed. A man named Caldo starts meeting you at the south end. He's older, calm in a way that feels like a warning. He teaches you the hand signals. 2 flashes means stop, 3 means abort, 1 long beam means clear. He gives you a radio, encrypted, 4 channels. He says you don't use it unless I call first. You take the radio. That night, you make $600. You start to understand that the first payment was a test. This is the real pay rate. You stop thinking about quitting. What's actually moving? You've been telling yourself it's just product, vague word, safe word, but one night near the 300 step mark, you hear breathing that isn't yours. You freeze. You turn the flashlight. There are people behind the group, 7 of them, pressed single file against the tunnel wall, eyes wide in the beam, a woman holding a child to her chest like she's trying to make the child disappear inside her. No one told you about this. You stand there too long. Caldo's voice crackles in your earpiece. Keep moving, navigator.
You turn forward, you keep moving. That night, you don't sleep. You lie on your mattress and stare at the ceiling and tell yourself it's complicated, that you're not the one who made their situation, that someone would do this job if not you. You almost believe it. Almost. You take the money anyway. $800 that night. You buy a real mattress.
You have a title now. Navigator. That's what they call you. Not your name, not kid. Navigator. It means something in this operation. It means you're the eyes, the canary, the one who reads the tunnel and reads the night and keeps everything from collapsing, literally and operationally. There are 3 tunnels now that you rotate between, one near Nogales, one further east that's newer, cleaner, lined with rail tracks they use to move weight, one that's mostly people and runs under what used to be someone's irrigation ditch. You have a schedule, you have a protocol, you have a contact for each tunnel. You're making $3,000 a week. Cash, always cash. You have a new phone, 2 actually. One is clean, one isn't. You drive a used Camry with registration under someone else's name. You were told not to ask whose. Your mother calls, asks how the workshop job is going. Good, you say, getting extra shifts. You send her $500. She cries a little on the phone, says she's proud. You don't say anything back, just listen to her voice. The night something goes wrong. Rain. Heavy rain. 3 days of it. Unusual for the desert. You tell Caldo the middle tunnel is compromised. The section near the 200 mark is flooding. The wood is swelling. You showed him with your flashlight. The ceiling was weeping. He says the schedule can't move. You say the tunnel isn't safe. He says, then move them faster. You go in anyway. 40 steps from the flooding section you hear it, a low groan in the walls, the sound of earth deciding it's done holding its shape. You flash 3 times, abort signal, Caldo's voice, what are you doing? You flash again, 3, 3, 3. You grab the nearest person, pull them back. You're yelling in 2 languages. You don't even know when you learned enough of the second one to yell in it. The section drops. Not full collapse, a partial. A shelf of dirt and plywood the size of a doorframe coming down 6 feet behind the last person you pulled. Everyone makes it out. Barely. You're shaking so hard your teeth click together. Caldo meets you on the south side. He looks at the mud on your jacket, at your hands. He says, good instincts. Then, we run tomorrow night. That's it, that's all. You drive home at 3 a.m., pull over once to open your door. Don't get sick, just sit there breathing. Then you drive home. You start seeing faces. The woman with the child. You still see her. Not in dreams exactly, more like flashes. You'll be eating, watching something on your phone, and then you see her eyes in your flashlight beam. You start to learn fragments of stories, whether you want to or not. A man named Aurelio, who worked electrical, gone for 7 years, going back because his mother is dying. A teenager who crossed alone, 16, maybe less, didn't speak to anyone the whole time. A couple with matching backpacks, holding hands the entire walk, wouldn't let go even in the tight sections. You stop looking at them. You look at the walls instead. But you count them now, every group, every person. You don't know why. It doesn't change anything. You count them anyway. A black SUV, parked on the road near the south access twice in a week. No markings, but the angle is wrong for a civilian. The lights stay off too long. You tell Caldo. He already knows. He says it's surveillance, probably task force, maybe federal, maybe state, maybe a joint operation. He can't tell yet. He says to change your patterns, different times, different access points, no phone in the vehicle. He says, you haven't seen me in a week. You understand. You're on your own schedule now, routed through a new contact, a woman who meets you at a gas station in a beige Honda and hands you laminated index cards with instructions on them. You memorize, you destroy the card. This is your life now, and the terrifying part isn't the danger. The terrifying part is how normal it feels.
The weight of it. You have $40,000 in a shoebox, not because you're careless, because there's nowhere safe to put $40,000 in cash when you don't exist on paper. You've been doing this for 11 months. You know 3 tunnels, 2 routes, 5 contacts, 1 abort protocol that's never been fully tested. You're 20 years old. Sometimes you sit in your car in a parking lot at noon, bright daylight, normal people walking past with coffee cups and grocery bags, and you feel like you're watching them through glass, like you crossed into something and the door sealed behind you. You think about leaving. You've thought about it since month 2, but leaving means what? Going back to $12 an hour, to the mattress on the floor, to watching your mother work 2 jobs and still fall short. You pick up your second phone. You wait for it to ring. It's a Tuesday. Tuesdays are supposed to be quiet. You're at the East Tunnel, the one with the rail track. You've done this run 30, maybe 40 times. You know every inch. You're 100 steps in when the lights come on, bright, blinding from both ends. Voices, commands, 2 languages. You don't run. Something in your body just stops, like a machine that finally got the signal to shut down. They pull you out, hands on your jacket, radio ripped from your pocket. The desert air hits you, and you realize you haven't breathed properly in almost a year. They put you against the vehicle, ask your name. You say it. Your real name, the first time you've said it in months without it feeling strange. You look up. The stars are out, bright, the kind of sky you forgot exists because you've been underground so long. You think about the woman with the child. You wonder if she made it. You hope she made it. You don't know. You'll never know. What's left? The charges are federal. Your lawyer is court-appointed, young, looks almost as tired as you. The operation was larger than you knew. 3 states, dozens of people. You were a small piece of a machine you never fully saw. That's what they tell you. That's also what you tell yourself. Calder was already gone, the woman in the beige Honda gone, the contact at the north end gone, all of them gone before the Tuesday you walked into the lights. It wasn't random. Someone talked, or someone was always watching, and the timing was chosen. You'll spend years figuring out which. You'll never be certain. In the holding room, before they process you, a guard slides a paper cup of water through the slot. You drink it, and for the first time in 11 months, you have nowhere to be. No tunnel ahead of you, no signal to send, no one counting on you to check if the path is clear. You sit with that for a long time. The cycle. 3 years later, you're out. Probation, ankle monitor, a room in a halfway house on the east side of the city. The shoebox money is gone, seized or taken by someone before seizure, you'll never know which. You get a job washing dishes, $13 an hour, cash. Your mother visits on Sunday, brings food in plastic containers, doesn't ask about the past 3 years beyond what she already knows. You eat at her kitchen table. It feels like the first real thing in a long time. One night, a guy in the halfway house, younger than you were when you started, asks if you know anyone who needs workers, off the books, good money. He says someone told him you know people. You look at him. You recognize the look on his face, the rent, the phone, the need. You know exactly where it leads. You say, "Find a different way." He nods, probably won't listen. You know because you didn't listen either. You wash your bowl. You go to your room. You sleep. Tomorrow the dishwasher shift starts at 6. You'll be there at 5:45. And for now, for right now, that's enough.